Today we are going to be covering the 5 biggest fat loss lies that you've been told. Complete myths, complete bullshit, and you're probably trying to do them or trying to look out for them. Stay tuned to the end. Also, if you want to win a completely free coaching call with myself and the team to see how we can help you with your goals over the next few months, going to be you shouldn't eat after 6 p.m. Complete and utter bullshit. This is not true. If you eat a carb, or it's carbs maybe more specifically, but if you eat a carb, a bowl of porridge or oats or something like that at 6 in the morning, it's the exact same fucking bowl of porridge that you're going to get at 6 p.m. at night. There is no difference. Understanding that meal timing plays a very small part in things, but it's not going to affect overall calorie balance for the day is key. If your goal is to lose fat, keeping an eye on your total calories for the 24-hour period is going to be far more important than worrying too much about the minutiae of meal timing. Number 2, this might surprise you. X food is fattening, so insert food here. Hamburger, pizza, whatever, takeaway, Indian, Chinese food, doesn't matter. If that food is fattening, then you have to look at it this way. You have to take the big picture and the context into consideration. That food is only fattening if you're eating far too much of it. If you're eating one Big Mac a day, which is maybe like 500 calories, that food is not going to be fattening to you, unless you have the worst metabolism in the world. But if you're consuming a junk food every so often, it's perfectly fine as long as you factor it into your overall calorie targets for the day, which are then broken down into macronutrients, all that kinds of thing. There's a macronutrient video linked in the program as well. I've linked in the playlist. I will link it just now if you want to catch up on that also. It breaks down exactly how to work out the macronutrients and what they are as well. So forget this pizza, chocolate, all these things aren't fattening. It's just too much of them causes a calorie surplus, which then causes you to gain weight. Eat breakfast to lose fat, or that breakfast is the best meal of the day as the pen lid goes on the floor. Now, you may have heard that term. That is not true. If you skip breakfast, for someone who's not very hungry in the morning, who doesn't have a big appetite, you can take those calories that you were supposed to eat at breakfast and move them to a point later in the day. If you're someone who maybe sits at night craving some calories, craving a bit of chocolate, whatever, then taking those excess calories you could have had at breakfast and moving them to night time, then it's going to allow you to stick to the overall plan more. A diet should always be tailored to you and your needs. Forget about black and white, this and that. This is the best. It's more often than not, it's bullshit. Everything has to be taken into context. What works for you? What do you like? When are you hungry? When are you busy? These kind of things you have to ask yourself. That is why everything I do as part of the AMF program, which you can find more about in the description below, is completely customised. Everything should be suited to your needs, your goals, not somebody else's or somebody in the front of a fucking magazine. Number 4, fat burners burn fat. Fat burners do not burn fat. Funnily enough, they're just a gimmick named after something to get you to pay for them. Now, do they have a place and can they be helpful? Yes. Fat burners simply help suppress your appetite and stimulate you. So it's like having a coffee or having an energy drink or a Monster, something like that. What happens when you have some energy, have some caffeine? Yes, you burn more calories. If you if you suppress your appetite as well, you're less likely to eat. They can be beneficial, and I would recommend them in extreme circumstances. For example, when I was prepping for my photo shoot, I was using like the last 6 to 8 weeks, so they do come in handy in terms. But if you're consuming 3,000 calories, your maintenance is 2,500, and taking fat burners, you're not going to lose any fucking weight. You're going to gain weight. The fat burners are not going to speed up your metabolism, not going to help you shred fat. They're going to suppress your appetite a little and maybe give you a bit more energy. Get your steps in, have a coffee. The final one is cardio is counter fat loss. Not true. Good at dropping these fucking pens, but we're going to keep it rolling. If your goal is fat loss, you want to increase your metabolism, you want to build lean muscle, you want to get as much out of a workout as you possibly can. If you do a 20-minute cardio session, as soon as that session's finished, you stop burning fat. If you do a 20 to 40-minute weight training session, resistance training session, you burn calories during, but you also burn calories after by the recovery process, the breaking down of tissues, all that kind of thing. You also help increase your metabolism, and also by gaining some lean mass, putting on a bit of muscle, you are going to help increase your basal metabolic rate as well. So building and putting on some muscle mass and tissue is absolutely massive, and it can only really be done through resistance training. So resistance training, if your goal is fat loss, should be your top priority. Resistance training, get some steps in. That's what I would recommend everybody starts on. Not hammering out hours in the cardio. The return you get for the time spent is not optimal at all. If you enjoy it, fine, fair enough, go for it. But there's better, more efficient ways. And if you're rushed, if you're 9 to 5er who's busy, who's on the go trying to get a fast, quick result or a time efficient result at least, then weight training, resistance training is by far and away the best route to go. Well, that's it for the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you would like a completely free coaching call with myself and the team to give you some tips, free tips and info on how you can progress your goals over the next few months, all you have to do is comment coaching below. That's it. I'll drop you a message. Reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook or something like that as well if you want, and just type the word coaching and I will send you some info and get you a free chat booked in. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and of course let me know what other kind of videos you've seen. What is your favourite cardio method? I'm going to throw this out here, but what is your favourite cardio method? If I was to include one, mine would probably be a nice light jog, but that's about as intense as my cardio ever gets. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you did, smash the like button. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And for those who haven't done so, get your completely free custom meal plan at the link in the description. Go there now, get your free meal plan. There's also going to be a couple of videos right here to the side that you can watch next. Let me know how you enjoy them and comment below.